good afternoon. This is Vivian, and I want to welcome you to Grammie'S house. We're a new cooking show. We're going to be giving you ideas on what you can do with your leftovers so that you can learn to freeze them, save money, eat nutritiously, and enjoy what you're eating without doing a lot of cooking or a lot of prep. So today you're going to be with me when I make a leftover seafood lasagna, and we're going to have fresh zucchini and veggies to go with it, which will complete our meal. So that's what we'll be doing today. I did this because I'm a single mom and I had to raise my kids single. I had to provide food for them, but they wanted food that was different. They didn't want prepackaged food. They said it wasn't real. So I decided that I would cook real food, but I would cook it in a short amount of time, 30 minutes, no more than 45 minutes. So these meals are quick. We freeze them. Sometimes we save them for a week, 2 weeks. The longest we can freeze them, we make sure they're not freezer burn when we save them, and that's how we're going to do this. So join me today. I'm looking forward to it. So on making the seafood lasagna, first of all, I had some leftover shrimp where I had made some sauteed shrimp, and I had some leftover crab meat, which I bought. So I split that crab meat up into 4 different portions. I took some cheese, some cream. I already had some sweet peppers here, and I took some lasagna noodles. I then cooked the lasagna noodles as per the package, laid them down in my pan, no more than an 8x8 pan. I put 3 sheets on the bottom. I used a little bit of sauce. I used a white sauce. I made a bechamel sauce, which is a little bit of cream, some flour, some butter, and a little bit of chicken broth. Smooth until it's smooth and creamy. You can add in cheese, which I did, and then you pour that in. And then you start layering in your seafood, and you keep repeating the layers one after the other until you come up with a lasagna. It's just simple. It's easy. If you don't have fish, you don't have any seafood, you can use chicken. It is an adaptable recipe. You do not have to have seafood. You can also make it with just veggies, just mushrooms and sweet peppers, and onions, and lasagna and zucchini. Those things will make it good as well. We have taken the seafood lasagna out of the freezer. It's been in there for about a week, so we're going to refreshen it. We're going to put some. We're going to make a roux. We're going to make a little roux. So I'm going to put it in there. Going to cook it on low. We're going to melt it. While we're melting it, I'm going to add a little bit of cream. So we're going to add about 1/4 cup of cream. We got the burner on medium low, but we're letting it melt. We're going to add a little garlic. Not much. We're going to add about a teaspoon. We're going to add about a 1/2 teaspoon of pepper, black pepper. We'll add a teaspoon of garlic powder. And we're going to let these just stir. We're just going to let that stir, just that milk. We just want that milk to stir. We want it to get thick. We want the butter to melt, but we don't want it to burn. We don't want it to scorch. Just lightly butter it. Just lightly. So now I'm going to add some chicken broth. About a cup. Again, still stirring slow. Everything is slow. I'm going to take about 1/4 cup of flour. And we're going to add that in there, just like that. And it's stirring. We don't want any lumps. No lumps. So we're going to keep stirring it till we have no lumps in there. See the lumps? We are stirring them out because we don't want it to be lumpy. So now we've got it all nice and smooth. We're going to start adding our cheese. I'm going to use finely shredded mozzarella. So I'm going to use a half a cup. Again, stirring some more. Just stirring. And I'm going to use some cream cheese. Again, these are things that I have left over in the house. It's nothing new. I'm using things that I already have. It's getting creamy. See that? Nice and creamy. Oh yeah, look at that. Looking pretty. Oh my. See that cream? Cheesy. Oh yeah. And we're getting it just the way we want it. Just the way we want it. Again, we don't want to get it really, we don't want it to bubble. We don't want it to come to a full boil. We only want it to slowly simmer. Simmer. That's it. And it's simmering. So right now I'm going to take it off the burner. And I'm going to use the whisk because I want it to be smooth. Now if you could smell this, you could smell the seasonings. Oh, it smells delicious. And it looks delicious. We have a beautiful, beautiful cheese sauce. Just look at that. See that? No lumps. Just beautiful. It's just beautiful. We're going to take it and we're going to pour it right over our lasagna. I already have the oven. It's been pre-baked. It's been preheated on 325. We're going to cover it with some foil. We're going to put it in the oven. We're going to let this bake for 35 minutes. I washed the vegetables earlier, so I'm going to slice them up very thin. Remember, we're only cooking enough for 4 people. So we're going to keep this. We're going to put a little bit of olive oil in our skillet. Again, not too much. We don't want it. We want it to be no more than a teaspoon to a teaspoon and a half. You don't need and you don't want a lot of salt in your food. It isn't necessary. People think of salt as a seasoning. It is not. It is a flavor enhancer. It is to enhance the food that you're already preparing, and you give the salt because it gives the rest of the food and the seasoning a chance to marinate. You do not need a lot of salt. That is a fallacy. We have over 2,000 seasonings in the world that we can choose to use on our food besides salt. But we're cutting up some shallots to go in here. We don't want a whole lot, we just want a few. We just want enough to give us a little bit of flavor. We don't need a whole bunch. So we've got all this already cut up. We're gonna throw it. So we're gonna put a little bit of the violet salt. We're going to add a little bit of garlic powder. A little bit of salt. Again, you want to salt to your taste. I put in at least a teaspoonful of garlic powder and a teaspoonful of onion powder. I'm going to use 1/4 of a teaspoon of pepper. I don't want a lot of pepper in it. going to saute it just like this. You want everything to pick up the little bit of olive oil that we had in the pan. You want it to cook. I can smell it already. Can you smell it? It smells delicious, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Okay, the veggies are done. We're going to turn them off and we'll wait. We'll have 15 more minutes on our lasagna and we'll be eating. Thank you. So the violet salt is made with just violet and a little bit of sea salt. It gives a nice, mild, aromatic flavor to your veggies. I use the Sadat. Both of these are kosher. That's how I like my seasonings. I want them kosher. I don't want any artificial or anything else added to them, so those are fine. And this one is garlic powder. Again, it's the same thing. I'm picking these up at my local Valley Marketplace. And it's down in Reseda. I like going there. Their vegetables are fresh and their seasonings are on point.